Well, 'tis the season for skyrocketing home prices. In fact, San Diego County's median home price continued to climb in November, reaching a new high of $750,000. That's as limited inventory continues to put pressure on those prices. So with me now, Kara Kay, a realtor from Compass Realty. Kara, it seems like a great time for sellers. Meanwhile, us buyers are weeping into our stockings, right?
Absolutely, Jenny. Buyers at this point are reaching into their stockings, asking Santa for a house,
Yeah.
get it to me somehow, some way, while sellers really are in a position to be enjoying so much of a power position with such limited inventory. And there have been so many buyers even before this constricted inventory, and this really just has continued to be a product of COVID, people working remotely. It really is this new wave of people needing houses and us just not having enough to give the amount of buyers that there are. And a 750,000 median price, I mean, coming up from where we started at the beginning of the year, right around 700,000, that uptick is at about 15.4% for just 1 year. When people ask about appreciation year over year in a normal market, when we saw it anywhere from 2015 to 2019, we saw about 6%, which reflected a pretty healthy market. And now it's just 15.4% is a lot. And we are seeing record lows in inventory. In November, we saw only 3,646 homes offered for sale. And there are so many more buyers than that, which is why we are just seeing multiple offer situations across the board.
So I, oddly enough, am going through this right now. And so I can attest to this. And even, so I'm just looking for a 1-bedroom condo. People are putting in not just a couple grand over asking, which is insane, $75,000, $100,000 over asking. And I know, this is a seller's market, so buyers are waiving their inspection contingencies, the mortgage, they're waiving everything.
Absolutely, which puts buyers at a really in a situation that really puts them pretty vulnerable. So I never recommend to go into something without an inspection contingency. We are seeing savvy buyers who are okay with doing that because they've bought something before,
Yeah.
and in their mind, whatever they come across, they're okay with dealing with. But when it comes to maybe you or I looking for a place, you want to be able to do your own inspection, which in a normal market is very easy and normal to ask for. But now you're seeing people waive loan and appraisal contingencies to compete with cash. You're right, even on a 1-bedroom condo, people are offering 75,000 above. So imagine as those numbers get exponentially larger, as the numbers go up. And I think the reason for that is obviously the low inventory, and we are seeing an influx still of people coming from Seattle, San Francisco, New York, where they are looking at numbers in comparison to their home market. And when they look at the numbers in San Diego, they are incredibly attractive, and they aren't afraid to put in an offer that's a lot higher. So that's really what it comes down to. It really is just a matter of who can get the property. And it's been really tough for buyers, but it still is a great time to buy because we only project this same thing happening again next year. So my biggest piece of advice is do what you can. Don't overstretch yourself. Inflation is certainly a thing, but at the end of the day, everyone still needs a place to live, and buying a home for yourself is always going to be a good idea if you can afford it.
That's what I was going to ask, just because it is so tough right now for buyers, and things are going quick. You know what I mean? You have to be ready that day to put in your offer, have your mortgage underwritten, ready to go. Do you have any other tips? Because you are saying, hey, the rates are going to go up, so now is a decent time to be looking, maybe during the holidays?
Absolutely. In any normal year, cyclically, in December, you notice that's when people need to sell because no one really wants to sell during the holidays, but they're most likely in a position to where they need to sell. So yes, normally you'd be able to get a better deal in December. Right now, we're just still seeing the same trend that we've seen all year. But I do recommend that as mortgage interest rates rise, I urge you to look at the math on what an interest rate makes, percentage of an interest rate makes, because it really is worth it to buy now if you can, because when they rise next year, it really makes a difference in your monthly payment. So it really is a good time to buy, even though it feels so hard when you get into that multiple offer situation. You just have to have a lot of faith and get the right agent behind you.
$75,000 over for a one-bedroom, Kara. I cannot. Yeah, that's the cover of the San Diego Tribune today. New high, 750K. My goodness. Good advice from you, Kara. So if you can, try and buy now, but be smart about it. We appreciate your advice.
Thank you, Jenny, and I'm wishing you the best of luck. You got this.
Thank you, my dear. Have a good night.